I'm going to show you how to make a new lawn with Johnson's Lawn Seed. Now you can see grass here, but like so many gardens in this country at the moment, we've got big bare patches. This was covered by a children's trampoline, and over the years the grass has completely died, leaving nothing but bare earth. Now we could cut out all of the lawn in this garden, but what I'm going to show you is how to blend the new grass into the old grass by patching in and then overseeding the old grass so that both sets of lawn are identical.
Overseeding a lawn is really important because if you want a lawn that looks even, we've all had the situation where we have a patch on the lawn, get out and get a bit of seed and it comes up and it's different grass altogether, looks like the dog's weed on it, and then it's recovered. So we want something that looks good, like in the books. Then we've got to overseed the whole lot rather than just doing one little bit, and then we'll have all the grass that's the same quality and the same type.
For detailed information on overseeding your lawn, see the lawn maintenance section.
Now there are lots of things we need to do to prepare the soil before we can put seed down. The first one is actually hoeing up the edge area between where the grass ends and where the bare earth begins, so that we've got a nice surface that will receive the seed, and once we've watered it, help it to grow. So we're going to chop away all the way around the edge so that we have a fine tilth. A tilth is a nice crumbly soil. Now I've finished hoeing up the edges where the grass ends and the hard soil begins. I need now to break up this hard flattened soil out to receive the seeds, and I'm going to use the tiller to help me do it much more quickly. Now you don't always know what you're going to find when you rotivate up some soil. And we've got a few roots sticking out because we've got these two beautiful cherry trees behind us. This area we're going to, as well as overseeding there, we're going to use Johnson's Quick Lawn because it can cope with the shade. It can also cope with the water that these trees pull out. It's a good drought resistant seed. And finally, it can cope with children running all over it. So Quick Lawn is the one to use. I've only rotivated a couple of inches of topsoil here, just enough to give the seeds plenty of bite when they're put on the ground. Now, having made a nice seed bed, I'm going to weed this area.
Simply apply any general purpose weed killer to the bare soil from a watering can and leave for a week.
After that, it is time to get some seed down. Now this is Johnson's Quick Lawn, and this is a new lawn, this area, so we're going to do it at the rate of 35 grams per square metre, and that is about 2 handfuls, which just about equates to a glass full of seed per square metre. And you have to do it evenly, and if you've got a big area you can mark it out. We've only got a small area, so we're going to do the whole thing by eye. After a while you get used to the concentration of the seeds on the ground. It looks quite heavy, quite thick, and if you think you've got a bit of a patch that's not there, then you can always add some more later. So that's our first square metre done, and now we go back a bit.
For every square metre, sow half the seed from the left to the right, then sow the other half from the front to the back to ensure an even spread over the whole area.
If you work quickly and evenly, then the whole thing is a very simple job, and you should get a really nice thick thatch of a lawn in place. Why is seeding better than turf? First of all, When you turf, you're importing other people's lawn, usually other people's meadow, and in it you get lots of weeds, and that is very often very difficult to deal with. Secondly, you're getting great lawn here. This is really good, perfect lawn that we're going to oversow with the rest of the garden, and therefore it's all going to be the same colour. It's going to be effectively the same lawn. You don't get that if you just plonk some turf in the middle of a garden.
Seed really is better than turf, simply because it makes stronger growth and it will establish itself, whereas turf, it's usually an unknown quantity anyway. You buy it in and you lay it, and if we get dry weather it'll cause all sorts of problems. But if we get seed, we can have the mixture that we want. With this, we've done probably more preparation for the seed. It makes a decent root system, and it will grow away and be much happier.
These are pennies per square metre as opposed to pounds per square metre. So seeding a lawn is always a better deal than turfing it.
Once you have spread the seed, the next job is to tread the seed in to ensure contact with the soil.
Now that's everything trampled in. The next job is I'm going to overseed the whole of the rest of the lawn, but I'm not going to do that by hand. I'm going to use the spreader. Now, because I'm overseeding, we're back to 25 grams per square metre. When all of this seed grows, we're going to have a fantastic blended in lawn. It'll be really cool. And here we are 2 months later, and just have a look at this lush growth of grass. It really is fantastic. The edge where we joined it to the old lawn is nice and smooth, and we have a really good fat, thick, luscious growing grass. Now this area is ready for its first cut, and you have to be really careful when you're cutting new grass. First of all, you want the lightest mower you can get, and we've got a light hand push mower that'll just do the job. And the second thing is that you have to have it on the highest setting. At least 2 inches is not too much, and then you get a light cut over the grass, after which 3 weeks later you can drop it down by ½ an inch, by which time this lawn and this lawn will be all one.
To sow a new lawn, remove all stones and other rubbish from the area, prepare the seedbed. Remember, the better the seedbed, the better the lawn. Do not remove too much topsoil. If necessary, apply some extra before seeding. Rake flat and sow the Johnson's lawn seed at a rate of 35 grams per square metre. Remember to sow half one way and half the other for a nice even spread. Allow a little extra to fill any gaps later. Lightly tread the seed in to ensure good contact with the soil. Keep moist at all times and never allow the seed to dry out. Wait until the new lawn is 2 to 3 inches high before giving it its first cut. See our section on the different types of Johnson's lawn seed to find the variety suitable for your lawn needs.